Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel, I suppose, if you're new. Today we will be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. I have already played this game on this channel. We played like 4 episodes of this, but they were like long, boring, unedited videos that got like no views. The sequel is coming, and I would like to complete a playthrough of this before the sequel comes out. So my plan is we're going to start a new game today. We're not going to continue the old save. And I'm going to take effort to try and make it not super edited, but it's going to be equally edited to the other series on this channel, like Bloodline and the other ones that have been coming out recently, like Half-Life Alyx. It'll be probably 45-minute episodes where I'll cut out or I'll speed up the boring parts, and I'll try and keep it overall like semi-entertaining. Right, like the old series, I literally would just pick flowers for like 2 hours straight with no editing or anything. It was just me rambling while picking flowers. So I'm going to try not to do that this time. I'm going to try and keep it as interesting as I can, at least interesting enough for people who want to watch it. Here we go. Starting new again. We will be doing hardcore mode. I always pick hardcore mode. It's very fun. Oh. We died. It's all over. What a shame. You have died. Once in autumn, you got caught in a great storm. By the time you found shelter, you were already soaked to the skin and shivering with the cold. The next day, you had a terrible fever. A few days later, when they buried you, it was raining too. Oh, we died again. This game does this at the beginning where it has us like dying. Let me move this a little bit. I'm going to adjust the camera as we go here. I'll have to figure out where it goes. I figure I'd start kind of big. But yeah, you die a few times in the beginning of the game until you just happen to live. You have died. Mama told you it was just a splinter and to stop making such a fuss. Only your foot hurt more and more, and then you got the cramps. After weeks of pain, the quack came and tried to let the bad blood out of your veins, but to no avail. Soon after, the Grim Reaper came to take you away. Hey, we survived. You survived. Medieval life is full of I'm not a great reader, so I apologize for my poor reading skills. I'm going to do my best here. I'm also going to try and keep an eye on this. We'll go down here now. Okay. You survived. Medieval life is full of uncertainty and woes. Spring gives way to winter, and the years have borne away your carefree youth. Neither have you escaped the blows of fate. Like every man judged by God, you too have your cross to bear. Select at least 2 negative perks that will stay with you for the whole game. So we get to pick 2 of these that we have to take with us throughout the entire game. The 2 least affected, like the 2, like that's fine and that's fine. I'd pick these 2 if I was trying to make the game easy for me. Because somnolent is whenever you sleep, there's a chance that you'll just wake up somewhere else. It's like you walk in your sleep. It's actually not even a bad thing. It's a good thing because it allows you to like find new. There's certain areas you cannot access unless you have this perk. And tapeworm just makes you get hungry faster, which is also good because potions heal up your food bar. So if you get hungry faster, it allows you to take more potions. Because normally, the thing that limits how many potions you can consume is how hungry you are. So this just helps with that. So I think I'll just do those. I've done playthroughs where I did all 9 of these or whatever. I could do that. But I don't want this to be like super hard. I just kind of want to have fun and complete the whole game. So we're just going to take these 2 this playthrough. If anyone hasn't seen this game, you should go play it. It's really good. It's a great game. One of my favorite, if not my favorite. It might be my favorite game of all time, actually. I'm not sure. Super good game. And the second one's coming out in February of 2025, which is coming very soon now. It is currently late October as I record this. It's like October October 25th right now. For me. By the time this gets posted, it'll be mid-November probably, or late November even. The game starts in Skallets. They called it Silver Skallets because they had silver mines, which they just had a nice transition to the silver mines as I was talking about them. Just like a small village where we mine silver and do stuff. I don't know. That was our liege. I don't remember his name. That's like our lord of this village. That's his house up there on that hill.
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher.
That's our mama. We play the role of Henry. You do not get to pick your own character in this game. It's probably its biggest weakness, I guess, is that you're forced into being Henry, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's our father there. He's the town smith.
How goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Oh, gosh.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hear me, I'm doing a video.
Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
That's us, Henry. As I was saying, you don't get to pick your protagonist in this. You just play as Henry. Which is, you know, it's good and bad in some ways.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
So we get to pick what we want to say to our mom. There is a correct choice here, because these first few dialogue options, you're deciding, like you can see in parentheses over there on the thing, it says speech, agility, vitality, and strength. That is the 4 main core stat thingies. And whatever we pick, we're going to get +1 in that. Like they start at 1 and the highest is 20. And we can get the first 2 dialogue options, we get to boost 1 skill, or like either 1 skill twice or 2 skills once. The correct choice is speech, because speech is a pain in the ass to level because you have to talk to people, and I hate talking to people, so we're going to pick that. So she asked what we were getting up to last night. We will say, well, I guess you'll hear what we'll say.
Nothing much. Me and the lads were just having a chat in the tavern. Some wayfarer stopped by. He was telling us what's going on in the world, and, well, I lost track of time.
Well, I hope he didn't fill your head with nonsense. Well, I've got a
go.
feeling there's something you're not
New level
telling
in speech and main
me.
level.
It's connected with that scratch on your hand, and that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
We're going to pick speech again.
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
Okay, we got a new main level. And we got a perk available. Let's see. Have my friends been by recently?
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
Matthew and Fritz aren't drunkards.
I never said they were, did I? And if I really minded you going for a beer with them, I'd have put a stop to it long ago. I was young once too, you know. And your father was no angel when he was in Kuttenberg.
Oh my. I've never done this dialogue. Give me an example.
Of course he wasn't.
You don't believe me? Ask him yourself.
All right, I will.
You're not a boy anymore, Henry.
We can ask
You're a man.
our father about
It's time to
Gutenberg.
start acting like one. Yesterday you promised your father you'd help at the forge. If you made yourself useful now and then, I wouldn't mind your mischief making so much.
I'm hungry.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Is Dad angry?
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time.
Ooh.
It's looking like such a nice day.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna leave this. Well, that's the game. We're in the game now. I'm gonna move my camera up a little bit because I was kind of blocking the dialogue. I'm gonna move around a bit until I figure out where I want to live. I'm gonna try right here. We can pick up stuff. We're gonna collect a bunch of crap here. This will be a slow-paced game. This game in general is just slow. There's not much to be done about that. I'm just gonna try and make it as not slow as... Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make it more slow, is what I should say. It's gonna be as slow as it has to be. Okay. You can eat out of these pots if you find these cook pots. We're quite hungry. You can see at the bottom we have like a debuff down there at the bottom center of the screen. That is a hunger thing. I can show that if I go buffs. You can see right here we have hunger. You are hungry, your stamina is decreased, and eventually you'll start losing health. Okay. Let's just keep playing. I want to like focus on the quests. This is all the stuff about hardcore mode. It changes the way you save. You can no longer just save the game. You have to like either drink a savior schnapps, which is like a alcoholic beverage. So there's like a consumable item you have to use to save the game. Or you can sleep in a bed that you own. Survival, there's like health and stamina and shit. I mean, there's always that, but like we can't see it. We don't have a health bar in survival mode. You just have to go based on like cues, like your screen will turn red when you're dying, and it'll turn blue when you're out of stamina and stuff like that. There's no map. Well, there is a map, but we don't show up on the map. The map is just a map. There's no... It's like in real life. If you look at a map in real life, like a paper map, you don't see yourself on it. It's not a GPS map. It's just a map. Looks like traders will pay us less money, and then combat is harder as well, they're saying. I'll show you the map right now. The map's pretty cool. So here's the map. It's literally just a map. Like, this is Skalitz. Our objective is here and here, but we don't know where we are. But I do know we are right here, because I know this game pretty well, because I've played it for hundreds of hours, so I know the map well enough. That's one of my favorite parts about hardcore mode, is like trying to like find a landmark in person and then like match it to the map and then try and like orientate yourself, because there's no compass either. The compass is just, you can see over there, the compass is like just hash marks. There's no north, south, east, west. So you can kind of use the sun. Like that's probably southwest, I guess. I think that's south and that's west. Would be my guess. So the sun is southwest. Is that true? Because we're right here. Let's see. So the north of the house. So this is north. That's north. That's east. It's southeast. Okay, south is that line. East is that line. So the sun is southeast. Okay. Good to know. I don't know. It probably depends on the time of day, too.
Help. What's the matter with you, Henry? Didn't you hear me calling you?
Oh, that works great for this. We're not blocking nothing. This is a dialogue check. He's upset with us, I guess, so we have to either... This first option here is like a speech option, which would use our speech skill, which you can see down below me right there. It says we have 3 speech, and Father has an unknown level. We don't know his levels for anything. But our highest stat would be the middle one, which is like a charisma check. But there's speech, charisma, and like threatening. And it's not just about the level of the numbers. Like it's a comparison between their levels and your levels. But it's also like what you're saying. So he's asking if we heard him call. I think I'm going to do the level 7, though. That would probably be the best choice.
Sorry, Father. I was taking a stroll and lost track of time. Somehow I had a feeling I was seeing everything for the first time.
How, my boy? When are you going to get some sense? Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzig, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure, I'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now. Work won't wait.
A whole bunch of chores we got to do.
Bite to eat.
I have a tendency to get sidetracked. I'm going to try my best to stay focused. Laser focus. We're just going to do the quests. The goal is to beat this game like, in like 20 or 30 episodes or so. It's a very long game, but I don't want to be playing this for like 200 episodes.
I'll be with you.
We want to like get through it.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzig, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and pommel. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Shut up and give me
Just give us
your
the
ass this
thing.
evening.
Right away.
Don't be bullying
your
us.
lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
Okay, 1 item complete. We can see our thing if I go to OP. I don't know what button it is. One of these buttons would bring up this, but we have the quest log here, which you can see right here. We have A, B, C, and E. We got to buy some charcoal. We got to go to the sword fighting lesson. We have to collect the debt from Kunesh, and we have to get the ale in the tavern. I think we want to do the ale last because Father, it wasn't just flavor text or whatever when he said that we have to do the ale last or it won't be cold. If you do the ale first and you do the others and then you go home, he will actually complain that the ale's warm. So it doesn't matter. It's just, he'll just complain, but it is something you have to like think about. So we're just gonna do that last for that reason. We have to get the debt before we can buy the charcoal because we don't have money right now. We have zero, literally zero monies. So I think we will start either with sword fighting lesson or the debt. Those are the two that I'm interested in pursuing. We'll probably start, like we'll talk to the sword guy and then he has to like walk to a certain spot. We'll like get him walking and then we'll go deal with the debt. We'll kind of like go back and forth a bit. I'm sprinting, so we're losing stamina. You can see the screen will turn blue. That's what determines if that's like a cue about our stamina.
No. Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
Oh, it was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
So he did get that
No
wound sword
mother's
fighting.
happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. The world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes.
Yes?
Alright, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
Okay, so he'll get walking to the sheepfold. We'll meet him in a minute. I'm still hungry, but we're going to deal with Ganesh first. Ganesh lives over here. We got to somehow get the money back from Ganesh. I suppose we'll start by talking to him.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me for the
My father
money.
sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
Knew you'd be trouble. Father says if you don't pay up, he'll come here himself and hammer those nails into your hairy arse.
I'd like to see him try. Fuck off, you bastard, or your old man will be pulling those nails out of you.
And we're going to do a speech thing. So we can kind of just back off and tell him that, like, we'll go tell Daddy. We're not going to do that. We could try and speech him, or we could, like, threaten him. We're actually going to do this one, because I remember the dialogue. This one's really funny.
Look, I know things aren't easy. Your wife ran off. Booze is dear these days, and you're as much use as a square wheel. It's no wonder you're short of coin. But a debt's a debt. I can't leave here without something.
If I had anything to give, I'd give it.
We succeeded.
But I've got nothing.
Damn it.
So leave me in peace, all of you. And don't
Succeeded,
come
but he
back.
still didn't give it to us. It says try and get them another way. Did he see us? We're trespassing in his house right now. I want to make sure he didn't like see me walk in here. I don't think he did. I want to eat his food first of all. We're still hungry. We're just gonna go around eating people's food.
A locked chest.
Uh-huh.
I'll need a lockpick to get into that. Fritz might have one.
So our friend Fritz probably has a lockpick that we can use to get into the chest that has the goods that we need. We cannot buy the thing until
Henry, I'm glad you came.
we get some money from Kunesh's debt. So I guess we're going to go continue the sword fighting lessons right now. You have no idea how tempted I am to stop and pick all these flowers, but I'm going to try my best to avoid that. We will be picking flowers, I assure you, but I'm going to do it off camera. I'll do it like between episodes. I'll pick flowers for an hour or something.
So, can we get started?
We can.
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
Okay, we get to sword fight. I'm trying to
Very
see.
well.
Do I block
Let's start
anything? I
with
don't
the
know. We'll
basics.
find out.
Keep moving. Your life
That's fine
depends
so
on
far.
it.
I kind of blocked a bit of that. So that's just telling us about like how to move. You can move around. You can unlock by holding shift because you auto lock onto
alright.
people.
Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere.
A lot of
Try
people don't
slashing
like the
from different
combat in
sides.
this. I like the combat quite a
Unpredictability is
bit.
the key. Never repeat yourself.
There's like 5 stances, and you can like change stances, and
Again, good.
you can do slashes or thrusts. You can like defend against their attacks a few different ways. You can like dodge. You can block. You can perfect block.
The
You
point of the
can
blade is for
master
stabbing.
strike.
Try it a few times.
There's like a bunch of stuff you can do.
Not bad.
It ends up devolving near
not
the end
bad.
to just like master striking
Now you're
repeatedly,
getting
because
it.
it's once you get that, it's
Good,
like
good. Let's
the
try
only
something
thing
else.
that's worth
One strike,
doing.
I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your
There's
strikes,
definitely some work
I'll
that
have a
needs to be
much
done to
harder
make
time.
it better,
As soon as you
but it
land
is still a
one
lot of
blow,
fun.
Follow it with another.
I was teaching us how to chain strikes.
Good.
We do this and
Once
just
again.
chain them together.
Nice.
I usually like bully him
bad.
repeatedly, but we're not gonna do that right now.
Again.
It's against my policy that we're gonna try and keep progressing, not get stuck on anything.
That's enough. I don't
Okay.
know about you.
That is done. Hello, sheepies. Da, da, da. Okay, we're gonna go to our friends to try and get the lockpicks. That's what we're gonna do next.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with
is
you,
opposed
Henry.
to your king.
I'm with you,
So are
Matthew.
such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg.
Deutsch is spouting shit.
Ooh.
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
I don't understand all this politics stuff
Has to
still.
bring order and reunite the empire.
What do
Some
I
kind
care
of
about the
political struggle or
Austrians?
something.
And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one
Probably
in
like
Rome or the one in Avignon?
Democrat
Do
versus
not
Republican or
blaspheme,
whatever.
It's true, though.
Like what we have now.
Wenceslas
I'm
is
guessing
the
this is
king
like an
of
ancient
Bohemia.
version of that.
Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzig is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like
Radzig's
this,
our
he
league.
would
The
have
guy
you
I
whipped
mentioned
like a
earlier lives
dog.
in that castle on
Your
the
deal will
hill.
soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with
And
Sigismund
don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. Well, what can you do?
I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
Ooh.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest.
Jesus Christ.
But throwing some tears will do.
Talking
you
about
say,
burning down his house.
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
Now we gotta decide if we want to join them in this tomfoolery. I will do it, but I need your help in return, my good friends.
Alright, I'll do it. But then you have to give me a hand with something.
What do you need?
That fucker,
Kunesh owes money to
Kunesh.
father
Let's
and
go
doesn't
beat his
want to
ass.
I tried talking to him, but he wouldn't listen. I need more than words to get coin out of him, and I can't handle it on my own.
No problem. We'll back you up. Just as soon as we're done plastering Deutsch's house.
I'll be happy to sort out that drunken oaf.
Alright, let's go while Deutsch is still sitting safely in the tavern.
This game has the quests tend to have like multiple resolutions. Near the early game, there's a lot more diversity. In the late game, it's a little bit less. But I mean, some of these early game quests, there's like 8 different ways to resolve them, and they're like pretty different. Like the Kunesh thing, we can convince him with our words. We can like beat him up. We can get a lockpick and steal the stuff. We can have our friends help us beat him up. There's like a whole bunch of random. I mean, I think that might be every way. There might be another way still.
There's
But...
this locked chest I need to get into.
Oh, I can talk to him.
An only stray not good enough for you anymore.
Sweet.
It's just that someone
Give me
has
the pick.
something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to take it back.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Yeah, never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
Okay, let's
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check
cover
that the
his
coast is
new
clear.
house,
What?
paint and
Deutsch
poop,
is
I
in the
guess.
tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is. Henry, you go and lure her away somehow.
Why me?
Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta get her wife to leave because we want to like throw this poop onto his. I can just throw the poop now with her wife, with his wife there. Probably best to get rid of her
What do you
though.
want, lad?
Your husband is
I
making
just
trouble.
went by the tavern, and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard. That sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
He might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
Okay, there she goes. Do I just throw or no? I gotta wait. Okay. Yuck.
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet!
Why do they have a pile of
For
manure
king
at the back of their house
and
anyway?
Country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund. Woohoo! Eat shit, Deutsches.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
That's
It's like
the
your
son
old man
of the
was
guy
saying
in the
the
bar,
tavern
yeah.
about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Oh, sons! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbigniew? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Ow. That sounded hard.
Fuck her! I'll make you pay for that.
And we get a fist fight.
Gone weak at...
I'm pretty good at, if I do say so myself. He gave up. To the back of the head. Oh, we're dirty. He's done.
Run, you cowards!
Oh, we're running. Okay, we gotta go. We do not want to get arrested. It's a guard right there. I hope he doesn't know what we did.
God save you, Henry.
God save me. That is true. Okay, we're all here. Whew. We're still hungry. We're gonna be hungry a lot. I did pick tapeworm, if you recall, which makes our hunger go up faster. Well, hunger will be an issue of the past at some point. It's gonna take us a minute to get to that point, though. We do have food, actually. I should eat some. We got this lentil soup. Food does decay. You can see this line right here is the condition. And food has different duration. Like they call it durability, I guess, but you get 2 days on lentil soup, 4 days on this bread roll, and 5 days on apples. So we'll eat this lentil soup now since we're hungry. Just make sure we're in peak health. No, I'm super excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance too. This game's so good. I think my goal with this series is just to, like, every episode I'd like to complete, like, make progress towards beating the game. Like, complete, you know, one or several main missions and just keep progressing towards the end until we get to the end. And then, I mean, with how long this game is, it's possible I'll beat this around the time the second one comes out. Although, I'll probably beat it before then, but we'll see.
Dark at home? A torch will help. Your field's life, fellow. Here's
Torch would be nice, but we'll get one eventually. We don't have to buy one. And we have no money yet. We gotta go deal with Kunesh first. Why are we going this way? We all should meet up around here somewhere to discuss our plan to beat Kunesh's face in. Where are you guys going? Why are you guys running around like goofies? You can wash yourself. We'll do that later. We're not going to do that quite yet. Okay.
Well, we sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
Okay, let's help me with Kunesh now.
I need a hand with Kunesh.
Sure, mate. You helped us, so we'll help you.
Let's get to it then.
Oh, Kunesh. You're going to have a bad day today.
Kunesh, get out here, you old goat. I've something to show you.
What the fuck are you here for? You want me to take a whip to you or call a catchpole?
I get the back of his head.
Yeah!
Oh, he turned around. Ain't gonna matter. Oh, wow, I beat him already.
Enough! Enough! I give up.
Get your ass beat.
Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
Okay, we got his keys. I can pick this up now. It doesn't say steal. He said I can take it, so I'm allowed to take it. He also gave us the key, so we don't need to lockpick this. We can just unlock it. We'll save those lockpicks for later. I already ate his food. Okay, now we can sell this shit that we repossessed to the charcoal salesman here.
How are you?
Let's do some business. So we stole the axe, the hammer, and the nails. All that's worth 3.9 groschen. We need to purchase 10 charcoal, which is not possible. It's not possible with our current setup. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're going to get half the charcoal now, and we are going to haggle as well.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
So there's a haggle system here. We can, like, say we want more. We're going to say, like, 0.8.
Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.
Good, good, good. Okay. So we got some charcoal, and we liquidated some of the assets that Kunesh had. We don't have quite enough money, though. I'm trying to think of how to... I think to get the remaining funds, we're going to run home real quick. There's some stuff in the house we can loot, and then we can sell it, like cheese. There's some cheese that's worth some money. I usually like loot the house. I didn't do that this time because I was trying to be, just trying to be faster, but it ended up not working out. You get dirty and bloody in this game, and people respond differently to you if you're like covered in dirt and blood. So you should stop and clean yourself off whenever you can. Those wash basins clean you a little bit, and you can also clean in, there's like bathhouses that you can go to that you pay them a fee and they'll clean you and clean your clothes and all that. So we have a lockpick here we can do. I'm not blocking anything really. There's a little bit, but not much. So the way this works is you have to like find the yellow spot and then spin it, and you have to keep the cursor on the yellow spot while it spins. It's very easy on keyboard and mouse. It's very impossibly hard on controller. Ooh, we got 7 groschen. Shit, that's all we needed. But we're still gonna rob everything. This is all our parents' stockpiles of food. It's that cheese I was talking about. Cheese is worth a ton of money. That's good enough. We'll take this and we'll be done. I don't want to spend too much time screwing around with this. We also take this stuff. There's nails, a bandage. Marigold decoction is a potion. It heals you. This is what I was talking about with potions. They give you food, and then this one gives you 30 health and 4 energy. So it's pretty good. We got 2 of those in here. Save your schnapps is the thing that allows you to save. It is alcoholic. 7% alcohol by volume, so it will get you intoxicated, but it will also save your game. Bandages are for when you start bleeding, you can bandage yourself. And then the nails for Teresa are a quest item. We might as well take those now. We'll need them in a minute. Also, I want to like go over stuff we pick up as we pick it up. I'm bad at not doing that. So we also just picked up in that other chest, we got Henry's beta die. There's a game in this called, I don't remember the name of it. It's a dice game. There's a dice game in this, and there's special dice. This is a special dice you can use. Some dice are like better. I think this dice is worse. Like it gives you worse odds. I think it has an increased chance of rolling a 2, which is like the worst thing you can roll in this dice game. So it's a bad die, but it's, whatever. We got it. And then there's skill books. This is a skill book on strength. And as I said before, there is strength, agility, vitality, and speech are the 4 core stats. We actually have a perk in strength available. We could either get Gravedigger, which allows us to carry dead or unconscious bodies easier. They'll burden us half as much. Or we could get Stronghold, which is blocking an opponent's strikes with your shield will cost you 30% less stamina. I don't want either of those. So I think we'll just wait, because if you wait, you can theoretically get multiple in a later level. Like at level 4, we'll unlock Clinch Master and Mule 1. We could get both of those, which is what I will probably do. But I will go over those when we get those. We could look at the main level as well. Ascetic is bad. A lot of these have like pros and cons. Like this one makes you get hungry slower, but when you are hungry, it affects you worse. I don't want that. We're just not going to get that. This one makes it so when you're dirty, you have more charisma with women, but your stealth skill is worse. Again, I don't want that. This one makes your stamina regen faster at night, but slower in the day. Again, I don't want that. And then Wanderer, bed comfort is inverted. How much a bed allows you to regenerate your energy, because like down here, yeah, you can see this. Down here, there's an energy level. It's one of our stats we have to manage. You manage energy by sleeping. If you sleep in like a nice fancy hotel bed, like that makes you more energized than if you were to sleep in like a sleeping bag in the woods or something. Like it'll heal your energy faster. And this inverts that. So like you're more comfortable in like a sleeping bag in the woods than you would be in like a nice hotel, which I don't want. So we're not going to worry about any of those. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's proceed. We're going to go sell. We're going to sell like all this food, I think, or most of it. We'll actually eat some right now, because you can see our food. If you look where my mouse is here, we're at 49 nourishment. It goes up to 100. You don't want to go above 100. We have a whole bunch of random stuff here. We'll eat these bread rolls. They give us 7 nourishment each. We're eating those because they're lower condition. We could also eat the cheaper stuff like apples, but apples only give 2 nourishment. This bread gives 17 nourishment, and it's only worth 2 groschen. We'll eat that. Bam, we're up to 80 nourishment. We'll maybe even eat one more. Yeah, one more gets to 97. Let's eat one more. Bam, 97 nourishment. Perfect. You don't generally want to go that high because you want to leave some room for potions, but we don't have potions yet. I mean, we have a few healing potions, but we're not like a potion user yet, so I'm not too worried about leaving room for that. I just want to get it high enough to where we're not struggling. Hello, good sir. I return with more things to trade you for the charcoal. So we're going to give him all these apples. We have 52 apples. That's worth a bunch of money. He has 19 groschen in his inventory that we can trade with. Let's see. We'll give him these cabbages. They're pretty heavy, and we have 8 of them. We're going to try and get rid of a lot of this weight. We'll also give him the cheese. Cheese, it degrades really fast, and it's worth a lot of money. It's actually, he doesn't pay that much, but... Let's see. I'm just going to try and think about what's like the best thing to sell logically here. These are all pretty light. We have a lot of them, but it should be fine. We'll sell the beets, I guess. Doesn't really matter to me. Maybe it does. Let me see. We'll keep the beets. We'll sell the carrots. We'll call that good. And we'll buy, we need 5 more charcoal. Go ahead and haggle again.
Aye.
We don't want to push him too hard. We'll just push for like 1 additional groschen. We're not very good at like haggling yet. I don't want to be too greedy with it. Here's that game I was talking about. We could play that with this guy.
Greetings.
Maybe he'll say the name of it. It just says play dice.
See you later.
There's a name for that. I don't remember what the name of the game is. Anyway, let's review real quick. Do we have... I think we have 1 more, right? Yeah, just buy ale. We just gotta get the ale and then we're done with all the chores Father gave us. So let's get the ale. Bianca, our sweetheart.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Ale, of course.
Just ale.
What else could I expect from a village lout? What will it be then? Ragamuffin?
Ragamuffin? Is that a term of endearment or is that a type of ale? I'm not familiar with that term. Pitcher for Father.
I need ale for Father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question.
Oh my.
Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
Ooh.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to
0.2
this
groschen.
evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vaniak?
Yeah, the sword guy. We already did that.
He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
Oh, we told her the truth.
What would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like Father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite.
Hey.
Savior Schnapps.
That is useful.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Greetings, Henry.
5 Savior Schnapps as well. That's crazy. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. I'm trying to progress. Okay, so we're almost done. Almost done with this beginning little tutorial bit. I think we're like right on the cusp of a new era, a new zone, new world, new theme, new environment, new feelings in Henry's heart. Let's go talk to Father for a minute. About what? Well, actually, I wanted to ask him about Gutenberg. Remember, we said something to our mom, and she said, like, ask your father about Gutenberg, like what they did. I'm curious what he would say. I've never done this. I wonder what this is.
What did you actually do in Gutenberg?
Oh, all sorts. You had to be able to put your hand to anything if you wanted to make a living. But I was never far from iron.
I'd like to see Gutenberg sometime.
I'll take you there one day, never fear. It's a beautiful city. But in the end, you'll learn the best places here by the Sasau. We've kind nobles, fertile land, and plenty of everything.
And do you know Sir Radzig well?
We've known each other long enough.
A little bit of additional text, nothing too crazy. About what you wanted.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
I do. Yep.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right.
And we're gonna forge a sword for our
job the master in
Sir Radzig. The Sasau people made us this guard.
Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
I think they engraved it for
What
us.
does the inscription mean? Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house.
He heard about our
He was here with
mischief.
the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologise to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught, making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish, and what? You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
I don't know. I just don't argue with people generally.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing.
This game doesn't have any smithing that we can do as the player. Like, this cutscene is the closest we get to making anything with smithing. However, the second game, which is not released yet, they have said that there will be some smithing. So I'm excited to see how that works. There is an alchemy system in this. It's quite extensive. I really enjoy the alchemy.
Once more.
I imagine, like, I have high hopes for their smithing. I'm really hoping it'll be good. But we'll see.
That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
A lot of people didn't, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Some people didn't like the alchemy or the combat. They said it was too complicated and too intensive. And it's one of those games that, like, it's not very beginner friendly. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's very complicated and confusing.
Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
We already got the nails. I mentioned those earlier. Okay, this is a good point to drink a Savior Schnapps. So if I click Save Game, it says it will cost us 1 Savior Schnapps. And that'll create a save file for us. And this will be the end of the first episode. We didn't do a ton today, but we did complete all the chores for Father, and we got to this pivotal point right here. Next episode, we'll start off quite exciting and entertaining. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this enough to come back for the next one. Anyway. I'll see y'all in the next one. This will be the end of this one. Thank you and goodbye. That was a terrible outro.